What's good, y'all? It's your boy C-Class, aka the FCC. Go on Amazon.com right now. Order my book, 15 Seconds to Life, The Successful Guide to Anger Management and Self-Control. You got issues, your mama got issues, your brother got issues, cousin in jail, whoever. This right here, help them. Amazon.com right now. Shan Davis. Let's get into it, y'all. Yo, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I just ain't really get the chance to. I think I was more or less just waiting, watching to let the evidence fall out. You know what I mean? It's your boy C-Class. Watch my films on YouTube. Let's Go into Vintage Story. Watch my films on Tubi. But let's get into it. I'm speaking about the Old Block trial. The Old Block trial. The government versus the Old Block defendants in the Rico case, and also for the murder of artist FBG Duck. As we know, the trial is at a recess due to the holidays, and there's been a lot of things going on with Mickey Truth, Mama Duck, Los Money Bay Mama, FBG Butter, Trenches News on the stand. It's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. I've been sitting back watching and trying to, get a good analysis overall of what's going on. And evidence been shown. Text messages, TZ inside the store, recorded by the security guard. The dude who was shot that was sitting there, he's supposed to be Muwap uncle. He testified saying he don't know nothing. He was just down there by mistake and got shot. TZ man said he don't know nothing. He don't know why TZ did that. They have Los Money's baby moms from the dealership saying she went to the dealership and picked up the car, and Muwap and Zell Money, who was dead, was there. So that's not really good evidence. Now, if she didn't show up, that was a good piece of leverage for Old Block, because that right there would have caused a big dent in a reasonable doubt. You know what I'm saying? That the prosecutor is trying to have right there, because if you can't tie them to that much, then you can't tie them to the shooting. But let's get into it. So that right there was a little damaging, discouraging, because I felt like, the prosecution forced her, like she said, they forced her to come to court. You know how they do? They try to subpoena you, tell you they're going to lock you up, and watch your kids. Then when you locked up, it's going to get your ACS case. They try to do all that shit, which they really can't do, but they try to push as much as they could to scare you, or try to do a loop as they can to make you think it's all going to go through. An average person just fold because they don't want to deal with that shit, period. So they know that. But how I see this case is that it's circumstantial. It's circumstantial, because they said TZ made a phone call to Dirk's brother D-Thing, right? But within 5 minutes of the call, right, the shooting of FBG Duck happened, right? Right? That happened. So from calling D-Thing to Old Block, Parkway Gardens, 35-minute drive away, 5 minutes, a shooting car pulled up, and somebody got shot. Then more evidence came out that it was a police car parked down there on the Gold Coast that watched the whole thing. They saw a car roll down the block. One car rolled down the block with guns hanging out the window, and a shootout happened. Why is that cop not on the stand? Why is that cop not testifying? Why is that cop testimony not written down? Why is that cop not nowhere in sight? So let's get to what I came to talk about. The only way that Old Block can beat a Rico case. The lawyers need to hear this. If y'all know anybody in this case, y'all know anybody, man, share this and get this to their lawyers, man. But first of all, I ain't on nobody's side. I don't know nobody. But I can see that the prosecution is cheating. They're using witnesses who had nothing to do with the case to try to corroborate a Rico, which still makes no sense. But these are the ways that they can beat the Rico case. And the problem is that nobody attacks the Rico case. It's been like this for years now. For years. From Casanova case to AR Ab case, Rollo case, all these cases, they didn't beat the Rico because they didn't fight the Rico. See, you have to attack the jury by fighting the Rico, showing that my clients don't deserve Rico. The Rico Act that's being put upon my clients is unjust, unconstitutional, because guess what? They say what? O Block is a gang. Okay, leadership. Show me on the board what is leadership, what does leadership do, and how does leadership transfer, right? So how does these 20-year-olds become leaders of each other? So you telling me day one he killed somebody, he's a leader. So day two he kills somebody, he the leader. And day three he kills somebody, he the leader. How does that work? It don't work like that. And these gangs, you could tell the jury there is no structure, there is no leaders, there is no none of that. End of the day, these gangs are bunch of kids, bunch of dudes that's come together but do all this shit on their own body self sometime, and come together do shit together sometime. But there is no structure, none of that. Then you ask the jury and ask the judge, say, hey, when did you see any of these clients fire guns? Because there haven't been a video or picture of the actual shooting yet. So you have the defendants, so-called, leaving the neighborhood in cars and coming back in the neighborhood in cars. But you don't have video pictures of the actual, factual shooting. So I'll ask the jury, is there a possibility that when this guy was on the phone calling people, that a bunch of people got called, and maybe that some other guys got here before my clients got there and did the actual shooting, and my clients just turned back around and left? Is there a possibility that that's possible? Because we don't have footage of the shooting. The only person that saw the shooting that testified is Duck Duck girlfriend that was there. And she didn't really say much. That's reasonable doubt. That's reasonable doubt right there. Number two is the call TZ Ralph Turpin made, right? To D-Thing. Is there any proof that whatever call Ralph Turpin made to D-Thing, whoever, that call in turn was made to O Block? Is there any connecting phone call to say, okay, he called him, he called Muwap phone, we have the records of Muwap phone, or whoever else's phone was called directly after that to alert them? They don't have that. This is what these lawyers need to attack. Where's the direct connection from that call to them? It's only from TZ to D-Thing. Where's the next connection to the call? There is no connection. Right there, number two. I'm telling you, man, these guys can actually beat this case if these lawyers fight this shit right. You know what I'm saying? And once again, they say in furtherance of a organization. O Block is one black organization. What in furtherance? These people don't have businesses. These people don't own stores. These people don't own restaurants. These guys don't own anything. They don't have apartments. They don't have houses. What criminal organization is this? So what happens when you become the leader? What do you get? Then you ask them, okay, so if he is the leader, who's the leader before him? Because I say bring in the gang, bring in the gang chief, bring in the lead gang investigator in your county, and show me who's been the gang leader of the last 4 years of here. And near not one of them will say the last 4 or 5 years any clients over there have been a gang leader. Because none of them have been. You know what I'm saying? So you have to disprove everything that the government's talking about. Because the government don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to paint a nasty picture. That's it. If we paint it nasty enough, the jury will believe it. They don't have facts. They don't have evidence. I'm telling you, man, these guys could beat this case. You know what I'm saying? But if these lawyers don't argue the right way, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. You have to remember, the police have Trenches News, which wasn't there at the scene, using him as an identifier of these people in masks. And mind you, the pictures of masks of them is not at the crime scene. It's inside the neighborhood when they're so-called leaving. You could dispute that. When the last time you saw these guys? When the last time you was around these guys? These guys right here is 10, 15 years younger than you. You have never hung out with this guy. You've never hung out with this guy. How do you say for sure that that's him? How can you prove that that's him? So I just got to take your word to prove that you said how you walk. When the last time you lived there? You have to tear these people apart in cross-examinations, man. You have to. You have to. At the end of the day, There's no reason for a Rico case. And this is what the lawyers have to argue. There is no Rico case, the jury. No Rico case. There's no continuing criminal enterprise. There's no racketeering. These guys don't make no money. They have no homes. They have no assets. What criminal enterprise are they continuing? What? What? If someone of them becomes leader, what happens to become leader? What, do they get the boss everybody around? What, do they get the what? What happens? Nothing happens if they kill somebody. They killed, nothing happens. So there's not a criminal organization. It's just young kids acting wild, which does not deserve RICO. And that's how you beat it, because the jury gonna look at it like, well, I mean, it makes sense. Like, nobody's becoming bigger. There was no leaders before. You know what I'm saying? What happens to become a leader now? Nothing. They're not making any money to do anything else. What is a RICO for this? Nah, these kids might need to go to jail for a while, but this ain't a RICO. And if you can't prove a RICO, then the whole thing gets thrown out. That's the point I'm trying to say. If you disprove the RICO, all the acts get thrown out with it. Whether they're guilty or not, it get thrown out with it because it don't make sense. You're trying to prove it's an ongoing war. An ongoing war to do what? Not for territory, because everybody live on their own block. So what's the ongoing war forthcoming? For what? This is what you have to talk to the jury about. In this RICO, what is this ongoing war coming? Is it over drugs? Is it over turf? No. It's just young kids who misguided with guns and don't know what they're doing. It's not a RICO. This is not John Gotti and the mobsters like that. This is not. And second of all, you have to put a smoking gun in their hands. There's no smoking gun in anyone's hands. There's not even a video of a smoking gun in anybody's hands. You tell me your thoughts in the comments. Like, drop below. Do the O Block 5 have a chance if they fight the RICO?